plus a point to everybody. This is Renato, your General Biology 2 teacher for this semester. So what do we expect to know about the General Biology 2 for this semester? Okay. From this module, or after reading this module, you'll be able to demonstrate an understanding of the central dogma of molecular biology. This module aims to assist the learners to be able to illustrate the molecular structure of DNA and RNA. So the first lesson that we are going to have for General Biology 2 is the DNA and the RNA. Before we are going to start per se with the DNA and RNA, let us try to look at the different illustrations that we have here. And simply, if you are going to read it, it says here, who are my parents? So can you guess the parents of these little children? Beautiful children, beautiful species of human beings. So first illustration, second illustration, third illustration. I hope your guess is as good as mine. And the fourth illustration. Now, we have to know the parents of this because they actually elicit or shows the kind of DNA that they're going to have, or they have actually. So the DNA is the code of life. If cells are considered as the basic unit of life, for DNA, they are considered as the code of life. And DNA stands for the deoxyribonucleic acids, while RNA stands for the ribonucleic acid. So let's try to discuss this one by one. For DNA, the characteristics of this are, one of its constituents is a sugar known as deoxyribose that is found mainly in the cell nuclei and is acidic in nature. So the basic building block of DNA are the nucleotides, or is the nucleotide. So nucleotides, this consists of deoxyribose sugar, phosphate, and a nitrogenous base. DNA is also known as a double-stranded structure. They have hydrogen bond enable the DNA ladder. So on the left side, you will be able to see a ladder-like structure, where A always pairs with T, C always pairs with G. A stands for adenine, T stands for thymine, C stands for cytosine, and G stands for guanine. And this is actually a structure of chromosome. And where does chromosome start? It starts with DNA before it will be formed as a chromosome. Now, on the other hand, what is RNA? RNA is also known as ribonucleic acid. It contains a ribose sugar with carbons numbered 1 through 5. The bases may form hydrogen bond between C and G and between A and U. Now, as you can see, if it is in the DNA, it's C and G, and A is paired with T. This time, A is paired with U, and U stands for uracil. What is the role of RNA? It plays an important role in the synthesis of protein. As we go on with our lesson, we will be able to know why is it proteins has to be synthesized. But with RNA and DNA, we have to also consider the presence also of these proteins. Now, let us try to see the differences between the RNA and DNA. So we have the number of strands. Again, how many number of strands do we have for DNA? We have 2. For RNA, we have 1. For sugar, it's deoxyribose. For RNA, it is ribose. And the nitrogenous base still, we have 2 pairs. But for RNA, T will be replaced by uracil. Now, this is RNA and DNA. So on the left side is the DNA versus the structure of the RNA. To know this further, we have to have the different activities that I prepared for you for this lesson. And kindly refer to your module regarding the learning activities on the RNA and DNA worksheets. Are you now ready? Okay, ready? So kindly open the page of your module where you can find the learning activities.